Hi everyone. So this is my day 3 of starting the recording session where I practice my pitches. Alright. So starting from today's video, the one topic that I'm choosing for today is the current uncertainty about geopolitical situation and what I have learned about from Olga's latest video. That's what I'm gonna summarize into key points, like what are the key points. So number one lesson that I have learned is that from Olga's video is do not buy this point of a buyer that I want to get more discount. Don't buy this point of the buyers, and the reason is very simple. And a lot of buyers will mention that okay, I want 5% discount, I want 10% discount. They will mention to you this, right? So, and if you talk to with seller, they are not ready to sell the property at low price point. They want to charge premium. So there is a gap between what buyers are asking and what sellers are quoting. There is huge gap. So how as like agent, how do you encounter this? So first thing you need to understand, like as a agent, that I need to understand that I don't want to buy the point of the buyers, that okay, if they're asking for discount, I don't need to buy their point, right? This is the first learning that I got, and what does this mean to the real world? That is the biggest question. So I have a buyer of OSS who asking for a unit at 10 million. He has a budget. He's ready to deploy 10 million. He has budget of 11.5, but he is still asking for 10 million because he believes that somehow people will sell the unit because of this war situation at a lower price point. He believes that, right? But you don't understand where does a distress comes from, right? So, and what does actually a distress mean? Where does a distress deal comes from, right? So a buyer is a person who have invested into a property, and now he feels that he has bought, he has purchased at overpriced price, at overpriced. He has entered into that project at overpriced, and he cannot make profit if his hold the property, if he hold the property. He believes that the developer is not strong, the area is not strong, right? He have entered into a wrong location, a weak location, or a saturated location. So he believes that if his property stays into that particular project, he will be not making profit. That's why he's even ready to sell his property to at OP or even below OP, so that he can invest into the next property in Dubai and he can make returns. That is the reason why the sellers are selling at OP, right? But due to this war situation, this kind of deals usually happens every year, every month. This is very normal. But due to this war situation, now these deals are being repackaged as the distressed deals. Due to this war, the distress deals are coming. So this is the one thing that we need to understand. Right? The distress deals which are coming in the market is not because of the war. It is because the seller believes he cannot make the profit out of that particular project. maybe that location or the developer is, or maybe he have some issues with liquidity. These are the reasons that could be. Now, the other point that I learned from Olga's video is that, see, Dubai was safe, no doubt. We don't have any doubt on that. Dubai was safe in terms of crime, in terms of, like, we have lot of parameters. Dubai was safe and it is still safe. But how do you judge someone? Like, how you judge someone he's safe, right? Like, if there is movie, let's say there is movie, right? So how do you judge a, a hero that he's a strong hero based on the villain, right? If the villain is way much stronger and hero try to make himself more and more stronger and try to encounter that villain, achieve his goal. That's how we enjoy the great movies. Why the great movies like Avatar, Bahubali, right? Now this KGF. Why do we see these movies as iconic movies? Because here the villains were very strong and hero has to encounter those big villains. Hero has to fight with those villains. And then if he conquers that villain, so that becomes the great and achieve his goals. So no doubt in the Dubai good time was safe. But into this crisis, the way Dubai has been handling this a particular villain has been even become more stronger and Dubai has been bouncing back. So this shows not just at Dubai level but to me personally as a consultant that this is a situation that has been arrived. If in this situation I became more resilient, I became more strong, more knowledgeable because the competition is very less and the buyers that I will be getting into the market will be very serious. They won't be the ones who are actually doing time pass. No. So there will be two kind of buyers currently in the market. One is who knows, who are waiting for such time where there is uncertainty in the market, where nobody can predict the future. So there are the opportunity investors, there are opportunity buyers, they're looking for like strong opportunities. So those kind of buyers, if you're meeting with them and if you position your project rightly, they will buy from you immediately. These are the easy sell for you as a agent. Second type of buyer that you will meet is who are fearful about the current situation, who are uncertain about the situation. Right? First, and you need to understand nobody can predict the future. Nobody. No matter how intelligent, how logical, how smart you are, nobody can predict the future. This is agreed, this is guaranteed that nobody can predict the future. So, how come we see this? So, how come we see this? Like, if nobody can predict the future, so how come we see this? Like, see. So the question is how then buyer would gonna have confidence and believe. I'm talking about the second type of buyer who are fearful. See, nobody can predict the future, but when it comes to giving a logical response, you can give them. You can make your own answer that about the current situation and how this situation unfold. No doubt you cannot predict the future, but you can give those stronger response. So that will differentiate from you versus an agent who is itself is uncertain. So an agent who itself is uncertain, an agent who is certain, buyer who's gonna listen, obviously who's certain. Great, nobody can predict the future. but who is certain buyer will gonna choose them. So this is now how are you gonna be center? Make your own logic, make your own, do your own city, make your own stuff. The question is how you could not do it. Understand the economics of the wave, right? Understand the economy of the web. Understand the like make this risk as not a market risk, but a developer risk, but a area risk, but a wrong layout risk. These are the risks that you can like this is one of the response that you can how you can prepare your answer. Okay, this situation it's not about the market is getting wrong. It's about like there are certain developers the market was not strong. And you're saying this to to them. Have you seen any MR dish deal by far so now? Not right now. Have you seen any MR digital deal? No. Right? You haven't seen that. Because the developer, the location and layouts and the community, it's an end user project, the financing, is everything is taken cared. Right? So this is the way that as an agent I can position about this current uncertainty. I can add more layers into that. That the bad time or good time I can add like you cannot judge someone based on the bad days. You can judge good days. You can judge someone on bad days. The bigger the villain, the bigger the villain. So the more stronger the UA has, the hero has to become. The hero has to become. No doubt he is the hero. But if he conquered the villain, it becomes the favorite destination. Right? Now, one more thing I don't understand, every buyers are asking 40%, 50% discount. So why they are asking this for such discount? Somehow they believe that there will be one day where they can offer 40-50% discount. Like they believe this. But how like you encounter this? The idea is very simple. You need to do one thing. Like, see, what they are subconsciously or unconsciously saying is that when the market is 30-40% down, what does it mean? That like everyone is trying to sell and nobody is buying. Everyone is leaving the country and then at the time you're buying. So why would even then if everyone is selling in the market, why would even anyone buy then again from you with 30-40% down? Then it's going down to 70%. So are you buying for 70% down at 30%, 40% down so that your property can down 70%, 90%? Not really, right? You're buying so that your property can go up. You're not buying that it should get low. So if you are seeing a trend, the property is 30% down, people are leaving the country, and they don't see any future in the country. The Dubai economy has collapsed. There is no tourism, there is no business activities happening, there is no logistic, there is no commercial activities happening. And you're saying that you're gonna buy at that time? And does it seem logical? Not really. Why we are not seeing 30%, 40% down? Because nobody is leaving the country, end users are coming. I have seen a personal story. So there were the guys like January. I've seen one of my real estate agents like my family members like due to the war situation personally that they had planned to come and they eventually came because of the war situation because they had to they were getting good opportunity and they came. So this whole concept that I'm gonna buy at 30%, 40% down, then it will not make sense to buy at all. Because if the market going 30%, 40% down, so everyone is leaving the country. Dubai's economy has been collapsed. We don't have cash, we don't have liquidity, we don't have like food in the country. And then you're buying. Is that from any does that seem illogical? Not really. I don't know where from investors get this, but it's not logical at all. The market is due to this uncertainty 5 to 10% is normal. Its correction is normal, but the crash and if everyone is leaving the country, then who's gonna come to the country? If no one is coming, who's gonna buy from you? You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a completely illogical argument. It's completely illogical argument. Why I'm still confident? Because the people are coming, people haven't left the country. The end user, the foundation of a country. Investors are not the foundation. End user are the foundation. Investors are the pillar, one of the strongest pillar who brings liquidity to the market, but not the foundation. The foundation are the end user, the families who prefer to live the community into the inside domain. These are those are the people, the foundation. If the foundation is leaving, no matter the pillar, how much investors, market strong, and then you will sell to the end user at the time of exit. If there is no end user, eventually investing in a rapid hole where there is no end, it eventually goes down.